Good day, sir. Today I'll be discussing the critical role of health and education investment in driving economic growth in developing countries. Human capital, which is the combined health, skills, and knowledge of a population, plays a major role in a country's economic development. While high income countries have over 70% of their wealth tied to a human capital, low income countries has just 40%. This gap needs to be closed or to boost economic equity as highlighted by the World Bank. A focus on early childhood development is essential, as the intervention like school feeding and deworming programs can significantly improve learning outcomes. However, many developing countries face barriers like political instability and cover reliance on primary goods, which hinder their growth. Countries like China, Singapore, and Hong Kong offer strong example on how strategic investment in health, education, and infrastructure can drive long-term development. Malaysia's journey is a great case study, moving from agricultural economy to an upper middle income nation by improving life expectancy, education, ultimately reducing poverty. So, in conclusion, investing in human capital through health and education is key for sustainability growth and poverty reduction. It's an investment in the future that pays back in the form of stronger and more prosperity societies.
Assalamualaikum and hello everyone. My name is BINTI ROHIZAD and my number metric is 285562. I will continue this presentation with 2.0 investment in healthcare system in poor country. Example in Bangladesh. Over the last few decades, Bangladesh healthcare system has advanced significantly. The nation still faces many challenges in provide high-quality healthcare service to all community sectors. Bangladesh healthcare system is characterized by a plural structure involving multiple players such as the government, the private sector, non-government organization, NGO, and foreign funder. Now, Figure 1 shows the types of healthcare delivery channels in 2011 and 2018. Based on the figure, the public healthcare system focused on delivery basic healthcare service through primary healthcare center, distributed across the country with a few secondary and higher institutions in urban areas. The government operates community clinics that provide essential medical service including child care, vaccination, and maternity care. By the end of 2018, the following healthcare facilities: 607 government hospitals, 5,054 commercial hospitals and clinics, 9,529 diagnosis centers. The total number of hospital beds include 52,000 and 1,807 beds in government hospital, 90,587 beds in private hospital. The total is 143,394 rooms available in Bangladesh. Next, Figure 2 shows the public health expenditure in Bangladesh in score BDT from years 2018 to 2020. Let's see, in 2019, public health expenditure was at its lower, amounting to 6,621 core BDT. The reason is deviation in expenditure was due to the transition third health system program period 2011 to 2018 to the fourth program period 2017 to 2022. In 2017, health expenditure increased significantly to 16,829 core BDT marking a rise of more than 115% compared to 2018. This increase highlights the government's substantial efforts to strengthen the health sector. In 2020, the purpose allocation was 29,247 and increasing of about 23% from 2018. This increase likely addressed the urgent health sector demand posed by the COVID-19 pandemic. Based on the graph, operating expenditure and development expenditure show in 2018, 53% of health expenditure allocate to development, 57% to operation. This is because the focus to expansion of health infrastructure such as hospital medical equipment and long-term projects. Next, in 2017, a shift to 16% operation and 40% development expenditure. Besides, in 2018, development expenditure increased to 43% and operational reduced to 57%. This is to balance investment in infrastructure and operational maintenance. In 2019, 39% for development and 61% for operational. And last one, in 2020, the development rose to 43% and operational dropped to 57%. This is focused to address pandemic related operational needs such as manage the COVID-19 vaccine, PPE, and alongside effort to sustain the development country. Overall, this pattern shows how the government of Bangladesh has achieved its priorities when it's come to dividing the health budget between development and operation. The general goal was to balance the short-term operating requirement with the long-term growth of the health sector, however, slight adjustment in every years. Next, let's move to the strategy or policy for investment in community health system in Bangladesh. Firstly, Bangladesh through the Community Health Worker Program and Community Clinic. Community Health Worker Strategy started in year 1998 play the backbone of Bangladesh healthcare system. Almost 30,000 community clinics established to provide healthcare access in rural areas. Additionally, a strategy for operation known as the Health, Nutrition and Population Program (HNPP) ensure equitable access to essential medics and healthcare. Then the second strategy is community-based health insurance. Bangladesh aims to provide financial protection and healthcare access for low-income community. However, it has challenges in implementing it because the population lacks awareness of the importance of insurance. So, in order to raise knowledge in the community, some things that a public-private sector educational campaign is necessary to promote confidence in the insurance concepts. Thirdly, strategy is public-private collaboration and essential service package (ESP). ESP is to ensure the standard healthcare service for all community. Public-private partnership is to strengthen the regulatory function and improve service quality. So, The next strategy that Bangladesh do is public health awareness and disease prevention program. The program is focused on diseases like HIV, AIDS, TB, and malaria. So, the collaboration effort with WHO and UNICEF to improve vaccination and disease prevention. Other program is annual immunization campaign and community education to reduce disease spreads in community. The last strategy that Bangladesh do in healthcare system is digital transformation in health record. So they do the transition from physical to electronic health record. It can help to reduce data loss, speed up diagnosis, and improve patient record management. So that's all from me. Thank you.
About the case study of education investment in Bangladesh. Bangladesh has made a significant progress in education since the early 1990s through initiatives like the Compulsory Primary Education Act of 1990, the Female Secondary Education Stipend, and the Primary Education Development Program (PEDP). By 2022, the country has 114,539 schools and 155 universities, including 109 private ones. However, the quality of education remains a major challenge. As 2023, the literacy rate for individuals over 50 years old was 76%, and Bangladesh is experiencing a young budget, offering an opportunity to benefit from its young workforce. Yet in 2017, a young employment was at the 10.6% and 29.8% of young were not in education, employment or training. Ironically, most schooling increase the likelihood of being a net slightly for both men and women. A survey of employer found that 40% believe workers need a new skill within a year due to technology advance. Workers with computer skills earn 70% more, but a test of young graduates show poor computer literacy with average score of just 44 out of 100. This highlights a mismatch between education and labour market demand. In conclusion, while access to education has expanded, improving its quality and relevance is essential. I will talk about recent trend in education outcome. Figure 4 show gross attendance rate in percent and net attendance rate in percent for 2002 to 2015. During the past 2 decades, Bangladesh has made remarkable progress in expanding access to education. Over the period from 2000 until 2016, the gross attendance rate (GAR) increased from 91% to 140% at the primary level, from 54% to 67% at the secondary level, and from 2% to 25% at the tertiary level. Also, over the same decade, over the same period, net attendance rate also increased by 21% point for primary, 22 point for secondary, and 16 point for tertiary education. These figures show that Bangladesh is rapidly approaching university attendance at the primary level and had made a good process at the secondary level as well. This is, however, a continued need to expand access to higher level education. In particular, despite the very rapid growth in tertiary attendance, the attendance rate at these levels stay low. And now I will talk about Bangladesh education spending. Figure 5 shows Bangladesh education spending of GDP for 2009 until 2003, and Figure 6 shows Bangladesh investment in education in BDT core from 2009 until 2023. From 2009 until 2020, education spending dropped from BDT 77,000 crore to BDP 66,400 crore, a decrease of BDT 10,600 crore. And also the share of GDP spent on education also fell from 11.33% to 10.39%. This decline was mainly due to the economic impact of the COVID-19 pandemic, which forces the government to prioritize healthcare and social protection. From 2020 until 2021, education spending further declined from BDT 66,400 crore to BDT 64,200 crore, a reduction of BDT 2,200 crore. The share of GDP also dropped slightly from 10.39% to 10.22%. This was due to administration challenges like a lack of skilled teacher and outspent fund around 2,000% of the allocation, which reduced the effectiveness of spending. For 2021 until 2022, education spending increased significantly from BDT 64,200 crore to BDT 81,449,000 crore, an increase of BDT 70,249 crore. The share of GDP also rose from 10.22% to 11.70%. The growth was driven by recovery effort after the pandemic and initiatives to improve education quality, such as digital learning and traditional education, technical education, aligning with national development goals like Vision 2041. And from 2022 until 2023, education spending grew further from BDT 81,449 crore to BDT 88,169 crore, an increase of BDT 6,720 crore. The share of GDP rose to 12.01%. This because the government focused on reducing regional disparity, expanding support for underprivileged students, and improve rural community to ensure equitable access to quality education, contribute to poverty reduction and sustainable development goals. I will talk about strategy or policy for investment in education in Bangladesh. First is National Education Policy 2010. This policy aims to improve Bangladesh education system for modern needs. It ensures all children can attend primary school regardless of location and financial status. A common core curriculum is used in primary and secondary school to provide standard education across the country. The second is Compulsory Primary Education Act 1919. This law made it mandatory for children aged 6 until 10 to get free primary education. The government built many schools, especially in rural areas, and removed tuition fee to eliminate financial barrier. This act increased school enrollment significantly, helping children from poor families to get an education. The finally is Primary Education Stipend Program (PSP). This program provides cash support to poor families to help cover school costs like uniform, book, and transportation. It focuses on rural and disadvantaged areas, reducing dropout caused by poverty. This program had increased school attendance, especially for girls who are higher risk of leaving school early.
Build societies with strong economies. Health and education are super important for any country's growth. Right now, the world is seeing big changes in population. Places like North America, Europe have aging population. But in Africa and Middle East, there are more and more young people. So, in fact, by 2050, half of the world population growth will happen in Africa. And 3.3 billion young people globally will need education and training. So that's why investing in education and healthcare is a must. Education gives young people the skills they need to get better jobs, grow the economy, and make difference in their communities. At the same time, good healthcare keeps them healthy and ready to learn. For example, kids who stay healthy are more likely to do well in school. So in today's digital world, we also need to teach digital skills alongside health knowledge to help young people succeed. Together, these investments not only improve life, but also build strong, successful communities for the future. Educating women and girls fosters peace and stability. Education for women and girls isn't just about person growth, it's a game changer for entire communities. Around the world, many women still face discrimination and lack access to education, even though it can be completely transform their life. When we invest in educating women and girls, family income improves, health and nutrition get better, and also communities become more engaged. There are also direct link between gender equality and peace. Countries where women participate in the workforce and decision making are far less likely face violent conflicts. For example, in Bangladesh, the focus on educating women has boosted economic growth and maintained peace, like during the Chittagong Hill Tracks Peace Accord in 1997. On the flip side, Afghanistan shows the devastating effect of denying education. When girls were banned from school after 2021, the country's economy lost about 5.4 billion annually and society became more divided. This highlights how empowering women through education creates stronger, more stable communities while ignoring it leads to setbacks for everyone.
Now I will continue with the third reason for less investment in education and health, which is reducing poverty and sharing prosperity. Poverty is a global challenge defined by the lack of basic resources like food, healthcare, and education. Education and health systems are crucial for well-being and economic growth. Yet weaknesses in this area hinder Bangladesh's goal of becoming a middle-income country by 2031 and a developed nation by 2041. Investing in education and healthcare can reduce poverty by improving skills, boosting employment, and increasing income. Better health enhance productivity, while education fosters informed decision making and economic security. Globally, this investment lower infant mortality, increase school attendance, and expand access to clean water. Evidence show that higher school enrollment and life expectancy lead to reduced poverty and greater economic stability. Efficient public spending further amplify the benefit, making education and health key to poverty alleviation and sustainable development. Next is achieve the Sustainable Development Goal. The Sustainable Development Goal adopted in 2050 aim to end poverty, protect the planet, and ensure prosperity by 2030, unlocking 12 trillion in opportunity and 200 million jobs. Bangladesh is working toward this goal through its SDG action plan, focusing on education, healthcare, and energy. However, challenges like data gap, environmental trade-off, and slow progress in female labor participation remain. Reform and better strategy are essential for success. Healthcare is critical for achieving SDG. Bangladesh's investment has reduced maternal mortality from 648 in 1986 to 165 in 2019 and improved healthcare access through skilled professionals and infrastructure. Similarly, education is key to breaking poverty cycle. Investment has boosted literacy, gender equality, and school completion rate with significant gain in female education. This effort empower individual, reduce poverty, and support sustainable development.
My name is Chin, matrix number 285577. Next, I will continue our presentation with 4.0 Evaluation of Benefits and Drawbacks of Investments. Benefits of investment. Examples of success in developing countries. For education sector, stipend program for female students, encourage gender parity by incentivizing girls' school enrollment, tackles cultural barriers, leading to societal benefits like reduced child marriage and women empowerment. Primary education emphasis increased enrollment and retention through investments in schools, teacher training, and free textbook, boost literacy and basic skills among students, improving human capital. Education as a driver for social and economic progress, fostering innovation and long-term economic success. The second one is healthcare sector. Expanded program on immunization (EPI), significant reduction in child mortality by ensuring widespread vaccination coverage, improved access to rural areas through community health workers, community health initiative, improved maternal and child health, prenatal care and nutrition, investment in mobile health units and community clinics enhance basic healthcare access, particularly in rural areas. The last one is preventive care and awareness. Focus on affordable, accessible healthcare service and health education, reduce disease burden and improve quality of life for millions. Drawbacks. Challenges such as fund mismanagement and implementation failures. Fund mismanagement, corruption and inefficiencies prevent resources from reaching intended beneficiaries. Misuse of funds for healthcare and education undermines trust in system. Transparent process and accountability measures are crucial to address this issue. Urban-rural divide. Rural areas face inadequate facilities, teacher shortage and substandard materials in school. Healthcare access in rural areas is limited by poor infrastructure, staff shortage, and logistical challenges. Bridging this divide is necessary for inclusive and equitable development. Implementation failures, poor planning, delays, and misalignment with local needs hinder project effectiveness. Examples: logistical issues in vaccination drive or lack of support for at-risk students. Improved project management and participatory approach are needed for success. Corruption and governance issues. Corruption in resource allocation and service delivery disproportionately affects vulnerable communities. For example, prioritizing wealthy patients in healthcare or privilege in education. Strengthening governance frameworks and oversight mechanisms is essential to combat corruption. Lack of sustainability. Reliance on donor funding or short-term projects limit long-term benefits. Institutional resilience and local capacity are often insufficient. Long-term initiatives focus on capacity building and self-sustaining systems are necessary for sustained impact. Next is analysis of the impact of investment in the short term and long term. For short-term impacts, for education sector, increased school enrollment rates and gender parity through programs like the stipend for female students, improve access to education, and raising immersion barriers. Healthcare sector, reduce child mortality and preventable diseases via programs like the expanded program on immunization (EPI). Healthier and better educated population enhance productivity and social stability. For long-term impacts, economic growth, a skilled and educated workforce drives industry and technological advancements. Healthier citizens reduce the economic burden of taxes and boost productivity. Improve living standards, enhance human development index (HDI) through better education, health outcomes, and life expectancy. Challenges to sustaining long-term benefits. For education sector, high dropout rates and insufficient teacher quality hinder progress. Urban-rural disparities in access to quality education. For healthcare sector, rural facilities face shortage of qualified staff and essential supplies. Systemic issues, corruption, delays in fund distribution, and structural inefficiencies undermine program efficiency.
Okay, the first challenges is financial constraint and dependence on international aid. Finance plays a critical role in the education and advancement of a nation's growth. Finance is very important for them to use to improve their country's development for every available sector. But for poor countries, their nation's progress has been hampered by their low and inadequate income. Due to the lack of funds and finance by these poor countries, there are some countries that have to rely on international aid to cover their lacks of funds. For example, the Central African Republic. Africa is one of the poorest countries in the world based on its per capita opinion, 1,020 US dollar. Because of that, Africans must rely heavily on the external funds such as from the United Nations, the World Bank, USAID, and the European Union for providing the substantial humanitarian and development assistance. Next is problem of corruption and mismanagement of resources. Corruption is defined as an action or behavior that is unethical or untrustworthy. This will lead to the further drawbacks for the future expectations, such as effect on the efficiency of investment. Also, it will affect to the trust of individuals as well as the responsible parties. It also will harm a nation's morals and ethical standard, so that this will result in the inefficient use of the nation's resources to support the life and its citizens, particularly in the poor countries' effort to improve the quality and accessibility of their health and education system. Okay, lastly is the issue of infrastructure and accessibility to education and health. Majority in the rural region include village that are lack basic facilities and make it difficult to access and to the health and education resource. So if there are enough facilities, firstly, it will improve the service quality of this sector better. Second, contribute to the economy and social development for the country. And thirdly, it will result to the skilled workforce, high productivity, and guarantee community well-being. For example, at Bangladesh faces many issues such as shortage of doctors and nurses. According to the WHO recommends a doctor-to-patient ratio of 1:1,000, but Bangladesh falls significantly short in 2023. Secondly, lack of access to the advanced medicine. This is because most of these new medicines are expensive and also difficult to bring in due to the inefficient drug approval and some strict law in Bangladesh. And lastly, Bangladesh face high private hospital costs. Consequently, it will bring the household find it challenging to decide between incurring the costly debt or having to discontinue therapy if they have a health problem in that particular time. Okay, the first recommend is strategic approach to education and health. For education, we can focus on the development of an inclusive and quality education system. So government should provide equal access to the education, including for the children and people with disabilities. Also, access between urban and rural areas. This is because education is very important for the development of human capital for every human being in this world. Next, for the health side, the government needs to find an initiative to change all tools along with the passage of time and the latest facilities. This is because remaining in old tools will make it more difficult for the healing process of the disease in a certain place. Besides, the traditional medicine is less used because of many new variant diseases that appear nowadays. So, the government can provide a good health infrastructure, provide efficient, skilled, and experienced medical personnel, and increase some health investment there.
The second one of recommendations for improvement is empowering collaboration with the private sector and NGOs, promote partnerships between governments, business, and NGOs to leverage resources, knowledge, and creativity for improving health and education in developing nations. NGOs offer local knowledge and networks, while business provide infrastructure, technology, and funding. Corporate social responsibility (CSR) can support long-term projects like schools and immunization campaigns, ensuring equitable access to service. Governments can encourage private sector involvement through tax incentives and streamline regulations, while ensuring transparency and accountability in all initiatives. And the third one for recommendations is monitoring and measuring impact. Establish strong evaluation system to ensure education and health investment deliver measurable results. Metrics like disease rates, school enrollment, and literacy can provide data-driven insights. Real-time monitoring through AI analytics and digital dashboards, along with independent evaluations, ensures transparency. Regular feedback from communities, educators, and healthcare professionals ensures adaptive management, improving the effectiveness of interventions and maximizing resource use. That's all from me. I will pass to the next presenter.
For the conclusion, investing in health and education is vital for developing nation, as this sector form the foundation of human capital, driving over 70% of wealth in high-income countries. In Bangladesh, initiatives like community clinic and the health worker program have reduced maternal and infant mortality, while education programs such as women's secondary education stipend have improved literacy, enrollment, and gender equality. However, challenges like limited funds, resources gap, and inefficient management hinder progress. To overcome this, Bangladesh must collaborate with private sector and NGO, implement reform, and enhance governance. This investment reduce poverty, create jobs, and improve quality of life while aligning with the Sustainable Development Goal. By prioritizing health and education, Bangladesh can achieve sustainable development, bridge inequality gap, and secure socio-economic resilience. That's all from me. Thank you.